Hello, welcome back to the channel, and this is a channel where we give you reviews, playthroughs, don't do unboxings, but we generally like to talk a load of bollocks about tabletop gaming in general. And in this video we're going to be talking about a dexterity / racing game. We're going to be talking about Turbo Kidz, and in this game you will be racing around a track with a blindfold on whilst getting directions from your co-driver, who will be holding on to your thumb, telling you which way to go so that you can win the race ahead of your opponent. So in this video I'm going to be giving you a very brief overview of the rules. We'll tell you what we do like, what we don't like. We'll come back and we'll tell you whether or not Turbo Kidz is worth your time and bother today and in the future. So remember, if you're new here, then please consider subscribing to this channel, hit the like button and all that YouTube bullshit. See you after this. Bollocks. So, Turbo Kidz, how'd you play this game? So Turbo Kidz is a game for 2 to 6 players. It's a racing game, and it's also a bit of a dexterity game, yeah? First thing you're going to do is you're going to choose one of the tracks. There's 16 to choose from, and they are doubled up so that you can race against another team, yeah? So each player is going to get one of the maps. You're going to get a dry erase marker, and the player that's going to be driving the car is going to put on a blindfold, yeah? The co-driver in your team will have to grab hold of the driver's thumb, and they'll be using the driver's thumb as like a joystick to move up, down, left and right, diagonal, and all that sort of thing. You're also allowed to give verbal cues, so if you want the car to go faster, you just go faster.
Go faster, you fucking prick.
Or slow down.
Slow down, you twat.
Stop, left, right, up, down, and all that sort of stuff. Right, you get the idea, because I'm assuming you lot aren't fucking stupid. So you'll see on each of the maps there is a start and a finish point. You'll put the dry erase marker on the start point. Make sure that the driver cannot see fuck all, and then you'll say 3, 2, 1, go, and then the driver will start moving the pen around the track, yeah? The first team to get to the finish line will win, and the rules say that you will play best of 3, with the team that wins 2 races first being the winners. There's also some obstacles to be aware of. You've got jumps. When you hit one of the yellow jump spaces, the driver will have to lift the pen off of the map, and then they'll have to move it through the air and then place it down on the second jump space. There's also turbo boosts. If you enter the turbo boost, then the co-driver will have to grab hold of the driver's hand, and they'll be able to guide them to the exit point of the turbo boost. There's also oil spills. If you go through an oil spill, you'll have to do a series of 3 donuts, making sure that you don't hit the white lines anywhere on the map. If you do this, then this is classed as an accident, and then you'll have to go back to the last blue line that you crossed. There's also a bunch of gadgets that are available in this game. Before the game, you can optionally choose one of these car cards, and these will give you a unique special ability that are specific to your car and your car only. So you'll keep racing around the track until one team has won 2 races, and then they will be the winners of Turbo Kidz. So what do we like about Turbo Kidz? So the first thing that we really like about Turbo Kidz is that this game is surprisingly fun, right? It's really quite tense, especially when you're driving the car, but it's also a good laugh if you are trying to navigate your driver through the hazards, yeah? There's going to be a lot of swearing and a lot of cursing if they screw it up. When you're actually driving the car, the maps do actually feel bigger than they actually are. It's like Mandingo having a wank in Doctor Who's TARDIS. So the second thing that we really like about Turbo Kidz is that there are 16 different maps in the box, yeah? And that's an astonishing amount of game for such a little title and for such a cheap price, right? These maps stagger in difficulty, so map number 1 is really a piece of piss. It's going to sort of ease players into the game, but map 16 is really quite fiddly. It's got a few oil spills and a few more hazards for you to navigate, so there's an incremental sense of difficulty when you're playing this game, yeah? And in doing so, it appeals to a wider variety of players. So kids will have no trouble playing this game on the earlier maps, but seasoned professionals will enjoy the added challenge of the later maps, yeah? So what don't we like about Turbo Kidz? So the first thing that we don't like about Turbo Kidz is that the thumb joystick type thing is largely a gimmick, yeah? You're going to get most of your instructions through verbal cues, right? And that's not to say that it's completely and utterly useless. We do use it to convey how fast a car should be going. So if the thumb is pushed all the way down towards the finger like that in a liberal politician power thumb method, then you're telling the driver to go as fast as they can, yeah? But you can also tell them that, so it's a bit weird, isn't it? But yeah, if you do like holding onto people's thumbs and putting them into awkward positions, then you're going to like it. But I'm not really like that. Do you know what I mean? So the second thing that we don't like about Turbo Kidz is that it says it plays up to 6 players on a box, but really only plays up to 4. And the 2x2 tag team is probably the best way to play this game here. When you're playing with 6 players, one player is really going to be sat out because they're only going to be shouting instructions to the driver. And when you've got 2 people doing this, it does become a little bit of a wank fest in stereo, yeah? Does it play well at 2? Yeah, it's all right, but you're going to be limited to just different challenges, sort of time challenges, trying to complete a certain amount of circuits in an allotted time. But it's still quite fun at 2 players. It just doesn't really work when you're playing with more than 4, right? To summarise, is Turbo Kidz worth your time and bother today and in the future? So we are going to say yes, absolutely. This is a surprisingly fun racing game that is short enough for a quick blast and then you can stick it away. The thumbstick is largely useless as verbal instructions are the best way to guide your driver, but the 16 tracks and the variety of obstacles ensures that this silly but unique game will be staying in my collection for the foreseeable future. So there you go, that is Turbo Kidz. Remember, if you are new here, please consider subscribing to this channel with the like button and all that YouTube bullshit. See you next time.